Hey guys, and welcome back. I'm Roland.
And I'm Dad. I'm back.
Yeah.
And together we are
R.A.D. Reviews.
So I just flew back in from
Nevada.
Laughlin, Nevada, and boy, are my arms ever tired.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I drove. I actually drove. I towed my show truck all the way to We live in Washington State, about an hour and a half south of the border of Canada.
Yeah.
And I took my truck down, and my partner here didn't want to go with me. He just let me go by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, he was still in school, so he couldn't go. But I drove all the way to Laughlin, and then on the way back, I blew up the top of my motor in my truck and had to fix it.
Yep.
And yeah, so now I'm back, just in time for what?
A new movie to come out.
All right, but what else happened? What happened while I was gone?
If you guys might have not noticed, we uploaded a other video earlier today. Which was Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. If you guys haven't seen that yet, but I actually uploaded it onto a brand new channel, which was a separate channel. But now it's up and running, so you guys can go watch that video.
So he was running solo while I was gone, and we were trying a few different things. And he did the video with his mom, my wife, and he loaded it on his phone because we normally do everything on my phone. But unfortunately, somehow it loaded to a whole nother channel that we didn't even know we had.
I wasn't signed into this channel.
R.A.D. Reviews. But it's okay. We got it loaded up for you guys. Hopefully, if you guys went and saw the movie without our review, I hope we,
Hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I haven't seen it. So what was funny is they sent me the link to watch it, or not the link, but I couldn't find it. So I didn't even watch the review until today. So we don't know what we're going to do. We may go see it. He may take me to go see it, but obviously by then... not only is his and his mom's review of the movie already out there, but you guys have probably already seen it if you guys go to the movies. So.
Yeah.
So what did we go see tonight?
So tonight we went and saw Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire.
Yeah.
Real quick, I'm not a really big fan of Godzilla and Kong movies. I haven't seen all of them, but I know the characters.
Yeah.
And
his older brother, I think, would be a big fan of videos. What's this? Somebody's opening the door. We got something coming in. What is this? We're being invaded. Who is it? Who is it? Turn around. You got to say hi since you're coming in. Who's this? What's your name? Cruisin'. So he didn't go with us. It was just Roland and I, and this is opening night. Technically, we get to see it on Thursday nights, but because it was a school night, we didn't get to go last night. So we went today.
I'm on spring break.
Now he's on spring break, but I don't know. Is there anything opening next week?
Maybe
we'll get to see something Thursday if something's opening, but
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what's up, but we'll check. So we went and saw Godzilla X Kong.
The New Empire.
Yep, The New Empire. Did you know any of the actors in it?
Well, from the other movies, yeah.
But I don't think the actors. The main star, the lady.
Yeah.
With the short hair. What's her name? Do you have it up there?
Yeah.
We'll look that up. She's kind of the main star. There's
Rebecca Hall.
Okay, so Rebecca Hall. She looked familiar to me. I'm sure she played in some movies, but I couldn't even tell you what movie she played in. And then the main star is the little girl.
Yeah, so Gia is played by Kaylee Hottle.
Yeah, she's the young girl. Is she deaf? I can't tell. Does she not? She can't hear. She can't speak.
I think her actor actually is deaf and can't speak.
Well, then props to her. I don't know anything about that, but yeah. So they do speak some sign language in the movie. And she's young. If I had to guess, she's probably what, 15, 16? What would you guess? 15 or 16? You're probably not gonna find it that quick. Just guess. Is she your age or older?
A little older. I mean,
Well, that's okay.
like in these pictures, she looks
even
15,
older, yeah.
16.
Maybe they just have her dressed up as a young girl. Her character in the movie, I would guess, is probably 14 or 15 years old.
Yeah.
So what's the movie about? I mean, let's not give away the whole movie, but
yeah. So there was
okay.
that I've seen. There was many of Godzilla and Kong movies before this movie, and there was one that was Godzilla like versus Kong. I don't know the actual name of
now,
it.
Now, did I go see that movie with you? How did you see that movie?
I saw the movie over at my cousin's house.
Okay.
We watched it.
And I'd never seen that one, but what I did, I actually went a couple months ago, and I saw the Godzilla movie that shows...
Which I don't know anything about.
Well,
he's saying he saw a Godzilla movie that...
I didn't think he'd be interested in it, so I just went and saw it, and then that one just basically shows the beginning of how Godzilla even became. It wouldn't have helped this movie. You don't necessarily need to see that to really.
There's just many of like segues or like separate movies that lead up before this movie that I don't even think I've watched all of them. But
so what is this movie about?
This movie is about Godzilla and Kong teaming up to take down some other like monsters.
Yeah, and they travel into the depths of the earth. There's obviously these different realms.
Most of the movie is taking place down in what's called the underworld, kind of.
The underworld, something like that.
Yeah.
They go to multiple different depths.
There's it's different under under the normal Earth.
Yep. And then so Godzilla and Kong they call them Titans, I guess. And so there's all sorts of different Titans that live underneath our planet, and some of them live on the surface. And then King Kong is the last of his kind, but then it turns out he's not the last of his kind because there's more of his kind. 5
actors really in this movie.
Yeah, not really a big cast unless you account for all the millions of people that got killed and buildings getting smashed and bridges getting smashed.
The thing with these movies, Godzilla and Kong movies, is you can see in the Kong movies, it's just him eating the people that turn out to be the good guys of the movie, and then Kong would be the bad guy, but then he turns out to be good later on. And then in the Godzilla movies, all the humans are good and Godzilla's the bad guy, but he breathes fire and there's just so much destruction. I mean, if there was actually amount of kills in the movie, I can't say a number because it's anybody.
Yeah,
really.
they don't actually really show anything, but when the Titans are fighting each other and King Kong's fighting the Titans, they're just throwing each other through buildings and bridges and they're knocking over. And there's just no way there wasn't millions of casualties. But nobody seems to get mad about it. They destroy the whole town.
In the end, it ends up just the whole, that whole city or the part they filmed in is just up in flames.
Right. I mean, it is kind of funny because it reminds me of when I was a kid and the Godzilla movies were these, plastic toys, and Godzilla would just step them and crush them. And this one's CG, but they just destroy cities. But for some reason, everybody just gives them a pass. They're just oh, there goes Godzilla and King Kong destroying a city. It's okay. We'll
in this movie,
tomorrow.
I don't want to give away too much, but there's just a part where there's people running across the beach, right? And then Godzilla comes up and he goes to destroy the city. I don't really think he's meant there to kill the people. He's just destroying the city, and then you see the people running off, but obviously they don't get away.
In the scene, they throw whatever Titan it was or Godzilla onto the beach. And keep in mind, there's thousands of people hanging out on the beach getting suntans. and somehow Godzilla lands on the beach, and you'd think he would have landed on and splatted like 10,000 people, but somehow all the people get out and run away. Did you even think about that?
Yeah, so like millions of people just somehow magically live,
Yeah,
but then
they just missed this giant monster, and then they should have done the thing where they look up and go, Godzilla, and then they run away, but they never did that. So
yeah.
All right, so let's. I mean, that's pretty much the whole plot of the movie.
So basically, our ratings now.
Do you want to do the ratings?
Is there anything to talk about? Did you see
we can talk about
words and...
I'll talk about that after, but let's give our ratings first because that might explain. Now, keep in mind we haven't talked about this.
there was a lot. Like right after the movie ended, I was telling him that movie was a movie that I probably wouldn't want to watch a bunch of times again.
Well, so again.
I'm still, like, not a huge fan of Kong and Godzilla movies, so that wasn't, like, the best movie I've ever seen.
Okay, so we go see the movie together, but we don't really talk about it, so this is kind of, this is kind of a first time we've talked about it. So let's...
You're, like, falling asleep.
Are you falling asleep?
No.
All right, it's late, by the way. It's, like, midnight.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the way our ratings go. We do a thumbs up if we loved it. We do a half a thumbs up if we liked it. We do a fist bump if it was just okay. We do half a thumbs down if we didn't really like it, and a full thumbs down if we hated it. Okay?
Uh-huh.
So if you guys haven't seen our other videos, that's the way we do it. Right?
All right.
All right, you ready? You go. What are you going to give it?
A fist bump.
A fist bump, okay. And do you want to explain why it's a fist bump?
Just too much, like I was saying, I don't, like, watch all the Godzilla and Kong movies all the time, but, yeah, there was just, I liked all the action and what I've seen of the two characters, Godzilla and Kong. This movie was pretty good for the people that actually know the characters, and,
So you suspect if you're a Godzilla King Kong fan, you'd like it, but since you're not a fan, it's just a fist bump.
I'm not a huge fan.
Okay.
Like, I know the characters, but...
All right, is it my turn?
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a total thumbs down. I didn't like it. Not one bit. It was brutal. I had such a tough time. I wanted to get up and leave. I'm not a Godzilla fan. I'm not a King Kong fan.
One of the movies that I actually really enjoyed out of this whole thing was Kong Skull Island.
Yeah, I remember. So let me explain.
That was pretty good.
They tried to make King Kong like human. They gave him human. Hey.
And like also during the beginning of the movie, Godzilla just goes on this weird rampage of destroying like cities, and that whole scene, like those scenes right there, I just got confused.
They made Godzilla out to be like a kitty cat, a giant kitty cat, and everybody loved him, but somehow he was destroying cities. It seemed like the whole movie he was just like a build up for a fight that was just pointless. I don't know. I didn't like it. It was brutal. I wouldn't watch it on Netflix. I wouldn't rent it on DVD. I probably wouldn't even go watch it at a friend's house if they invited me. I have nothing really good to say about it. I know that's horrible, but I
gave it a fist bump because I know the characters, and there's still like too much to put in, stuff they didn't need in the movie.
I thought that one of the best parts in the movie was when the guy got eaten by the monster tree. And I kept thinking, I hope there's more trees to eat more characters so this movie will end quicker. But there was one funny scene. I gotta say one funny scene that I thought was humorous was when he's having the fight. When they're in the fight. Remember when they're in the fight and King Kong grabs the baby the baby gorilla and
Throws
starts
him.
hitting. He starts hitting all the bad gorillas with a small gorilla. He just uses him as like a battering ram.
That scene was good. I like that fight scene with the ghost gorillas.
Yeah,
kinda.
yeah.
They were like,
All right, so that's it. You give it a fist bump. I give it a thumbs down. You know what? It's a movie. I will say this: they had one heck of a budget, because I thought the whole movie was done in CG, but then we sat through the credits, and they went to like 10 different countries to record this thing. So I can't imagine how big of a budget they have. Here, don't do that, because you got to be quiet. Okay.
all right. So do you want to talk about from the parent side real quick?
Sure. From the parent side, totally clean. I didn't. There wasn't one bad word. There wasn't one inappropriate scene. There wasn't any cruising. Look, we're recording. You got to be quiet. There wasn't any inappropriate scenes. There wasn't any new world agenda stuff in it that maybe you don't want your kids to see. There was nothing like that. If anything, there was some violence between some fake monsters.
And that's
about
typical with these movies. Yeah. It's just CGI.
Yep.
But
The most gruesome thing was King Kong like ripping an artificial lizard snake thing in half and him eating the entrails out of it. It you can take against now. Age wise, what would you say?
Well, if you're a Godzilla and Kong fan, I mean 10.
I thought you were gonna say if you're a Godzilla. If you're a Godzilla, any age, you can go see it. If you're a family of Godzilla.
Yeah, if you're crazy, you can go see it when you're like 1.
No, so what was
10
and older is what you're thinking?
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't take little ones like this. It would have just been boring. He didn't go. Did you go see the movie? What are you doing? You giving it a thumbs up?
Yeah.
Okay, he didn't go see it, but he gives it a thumbs up. Okay. All right. End credits. Was there anything?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Just
that was even disappointing. We sat around to the end credits. I thought there was going to be.
The movie was just like something that you would have thought would have been better, but it wasn't as good.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah,
I started adding my own humor at the end, hoping they'd do some funny credits, some scene where King Kong's the new. I was telling him he should have been sitting in his throne, and then all of a sudden his frozen dragon Godzilla monster would have been peeing on the floor, and he'd squirt him with a spray bottle or something, and say, "No, dragon, outside." Because it was dumb. I didn't like it.
So yeah, upcoming movies, we got Despicable Me 4,
Yep.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah, I was excited about that.
Inside Out 2.
I'm very excited about that. That's Inside Out is one of my favorite Disney movies, and I'm hoping, I got my fingers crossed that they do it justice with this sequel. There's a couple more movies. There's a remake of a movie called Twister, which is from not when I was a kid, but from, I don't know, it's probably 20 years old. Twisters, yeah. But it was probably a 20-year-old movie, and they're remaking it, and now he's of age to where he might enjoy a movie like that. So we'll probably go see that. What else do we got? I still need to go see Ghostbusters. I want to go see it.
Yeah, we're going to go see that. Even though we already did a review, we're not going to do a review with him. We're just going to go see the movie because...
With the review that him and his mom and this little monkey did, I definitely want to see it. I'm excited.
I loved it.
Show them what we got. All
right, so this is a little, because we went to the movie tonight, and, Hold on. Let me just do this real quick.
Hopefully it's the right shirt.
It is.
Did you look at it right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Alright. So yeah, we went to the movies tonight, and there was this deal about getting a large popcorn, right?
Yep. Buy this and you get a free large popcorn, and we're like, perfect. We'll get that for the wall. Yeah, do you see it?
Yes.
So we'll get that for the wall.
So yeah.